We have a big update regarding Xbox Activision Blizzard as Phil Spencer talks about Call of Duty Exclusivity, bringing back some old Activision IPs, and potentially Call of Duty ditching the yearly release model. There's a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? This is Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everybody is having a great day. And if you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. And please share this out on social media. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support and love you've shown me on these last videos. It's actually really incredible. Thank you so much. The fallout of Xbox buying Activision Blizzard is something that will be felt in the industry for years and decades to come. And this week has been spectacular. Tons of news, shocked reactions, hot takes from everybody in the industry because everybody has something to say about this, whether it's good for the industry or whether it's very bad for the industry. And one of the biggest topics is what is going to happen to Call of Duty. Will it be an Xbox exclusive? And is Microsoft actually going to stop making Call of Duty an annual franchise, pull some of those studios from it, and actually let them work on some other IP to put into Xbox Game Pass? There's a ton here to talk about, because Phil Spencer a couple days ago set the internet on fire, and it's probably going to be one of the most dissected tweets in gaming history. The wordsmiths are already out here talking about what Phil really means. And he tweeted, "Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry, and we value our relationship." Now, I sort of touched on Call of Duty exclusivity in my last video, but that was mostly about Sony's response to Xbox buying Activision Blizzard. And plus, I had made that video a couple hours before Phil tweeted it, and I thought it stood on its own. But today, we definitely have to talk about Phil Spencer and this tweet, because it potentially could mean, well, anything. You could take Phil Spencer's tweet at face value and say, you know what? He's telling everybody right now that Call of Duty will remain forever on PlayStation. And some PlayStation fans will thank Phil for that. They won't have to buy an Xbox to play their favorite franchise, because unlike Elder Scrolls or Starfield or Wolfenstein, Call of Duty appeals to way more people. It is a casual franchise, the best-selling annual franchise in video games right now, and some people would say it would be unfair of Xbox to make it exclusive, that it would be unfair for parents who want to buy their kids Call of Duty for Christmas and think it's on PlayStation, only to turn around and find out that it's not. At least, that's what some people are saying. Others are saying, come on, Phil, you just spent $70 billion on Activision Blizzard. Call of Duty is absolutely huge. You need to make that exclusive. So you can read this tweet and just believe what Phil says, that they're going to honor existing agreements, and they have a desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. It is what it is. And I think Xbox wants this deal to go through no matter what. And if keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation forever is a way to do it, because as we discussed in my last video, some analysts think regulators won't allow Xbox to remove Call of Duty from PlayStation, as it would be anti-competitive. So maybe this is something Xbox has to do to make sure the deal passes. And they want that deal to pass because it gives them King, a mobile platform with Candy Crush that rakes in billions per year. And it also gives them Blizzard Entertainment, perhaps the biggest PC developer out there with an incredible legacy of games. And we all know Microsoft is really trying to push PC Game Pass and building up their PC platform. But then you can look at it a little more cynical and say, you know what, this tweet had to have seen by PR, had to have gone through the legal department because this is an active acquisition. So the wording that Phil uses here is pretty interesting because he says it's their desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. And you know what? We all desire a lot of different things. I desire to be a millionaire. I desire to have a hot girlfriend. We don't always get what we desire. So some people are suggesting that this is Phil's way of saying, you know what? We're going to honor our existing agreements. Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation until those agreements will run out. But future Call of Duty titles will only be on Xbox. And we'll keep Call of Duty Warzone multi-platform. In fact, you could even make the argument that Phil Spencer calls up Jim Ryan and says, we would like to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, but the ball's in your court, because we will do that if you allow Xbox Game Pass on the PlayStation 5. And if Jim Ryan says no, then all Phil Spencer has to say is, we tried. We told PlayStation of our desire to keep Call of Duty on PS5, but they said no. So you can read into this tweet all you want and come to any sort of conclusion that your heart desires. In fact, my co-host of the Xbox 2 podcast, Jess Corden, believes that Phil is being 100% truthful and that Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation forever, while I'm of the opinion that it means Call of Duty Warzone will remain on PlayStation and future Call of Duty titles will remain exclusive to Xbox. Who's going to be right? Let me know in the comments below. Now, because of this deal, there is a chance that Microsoft lets some of the Call of Duty developers work on other titles, and in fact, Call of Duty may no longer be an annual franchise. So Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg is reporting that high-level employees at Activision have discussed moving away from the annual release schedule, according to two people familiar with the discussions. Although nothing has been finalized yet, there's a belief among many Call of Duty developers that releasing games at a slower cadence will please players and help bolster the franchise, particularly after the weak launch of last year's Call of Duty Vanguard, which saw a 36% decline from 2020's entry in the UK sales charts. This shift may not happen until next year or later, as this year's Call of Duty is expected to redeem the franchise's fortunes. Slowing down the Call of Duty release schedule may lighten developers' intense workloads and could provide new opportunities for Activision's game makers to work on other titles. The Blizzard division could also benefit culturally and strategically from the acquisition. I know a lot of people would say, well, what is the business incentive to actually stop Call of Duty from being an annual franchise? It prints billions of dollars for Activision Blizzard and Microsoft moving forward. Why would you stop that cash cow from bringing you all that money in every single year? And it may just be that having the yearly release is no longer sustainable, just like it was with the Assassin's Creed franchise. People got sick of Assassin's Creed, the sales were continuously going down, and they decided it was best for the developers and the future health of the Assassin's Creed franchise to actually skip years and have it no longer be an annual franchise, and because of that, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the best-selling Assassin's Creeds of all time. We've seen Call of Duty sort of dip in popularity, even though it's still the biggest game out there. Microsoft's investment in the franchise and Activision Blizzard, they have a stake now to keep Call of Duty as popular as it's ever been. And to do that, they might actually have to move away from the annual release schedule. And if you can do that, there's a whole treasure trove of IPs that Activision has, and a lot of developers that have been stuck working on Call of Duty that suddenly can now start making new IP for Xbox that you can put into the Game Pass subscription. And Phil Spencer talks explicitly about this in the Washington Post article, where it starts off by saying, in discussing some of the intellectual properties owned by Activision Blizzard, Spencer's excitement may have mirrored the enthusiasm of a StarCraft player noticing the long-dormant franchise's logo in Microsoft's acquisition announcement. Quote, "I was looking at the IP list. I mean, let's go," Spencer said. King's Quest, Guitar Hero, I should know this, but I think they got Hexen. Hexen, indeed, is an Activision Blizzard property. It's a cult hit first-person game about using magic spells. Microsoft's pending acquisition of Activision Blizzard also means owning the rights to many creations from gaming's past, including Crash Bandicoot, the original Sony PlayStation mascot. There's also the influential and popular Tony Hawk skateboard series and beloved characters like Spyro the Dragon. Toys for Bob, one of the studios working under the Activision Blizzard banner, successfully launched games like Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, but was later folded into supporting Call of Duty games. Spencer said the Xbox team will talk with developers about working on a variety of franchises from the Activision Blizzard vaults. Quote, "We're hoping that we'll be able to work with them when the deal closes to make sure we have resources to work on franchises that I love from my childhood and that the teams really want to get," Spencer said. "I'm looking forward to these conversations. I really think it's about adding resources and increasing capability." So by essentially unshackling Call of Duty from the annual release schedule, you can actually have studios like Toys for Bob or Beanox, Raven, and High Moon Studios work on other projects. Toys for Bob would be perfect for a Banjo remake, and who knows, High Moon Studios made some incredible Transformers games. And then you have a studio like Vicarious Visions, who made Tony Hawk, that got folded into Blizzard. Maybe you go back and reform that company to start working on some other titles. I mean, Phil Spencer even specifically mentioned Guitar Hero, and that's another franchise that Bobby Kotick even talked about recently, where he kind of regrets the demise of that franchise. So potentially Guitar Hero could come back in some manner. What I'm really talking about here is it's not just going to be Call of Duty for all these new studios that Xbox bought, because it's in Xbox's best interest to make Call of Duty as a viable product moving forward, that people enjoy working on that game, that players enjoy playing that game and spending money, but that also some of the developers have the creative freedom to go work on other things. Phil's talked for a long time about having kid-friendly content, and you have Toys for Bob that could essentially work on Banjo or a new Crash or a new Spyro. Beanox, High Moon Studios, they could all create new franchises for Xbox. It's just not going to be the Call of Duty workplace. So in my opinion, Xbox buying Activision Blizzard is not only going to be great for creativity, you're going to have a lot of these studios stop working on Call of Duty to work on new ideas and new games. That's only a plus in my book. It's going to be great for developers because they're not going to be forced to work on Call of Duty, and the workplace that they have been used to, which hasn't been great under Blizzard, is going to be much improved by Microsoft. So that is a plus as well. And for players, it's a plus too. Sure, it might be a negative for PlayStation only players, but for everybody else, they're going to get some great new content, and that content is going to be in a subscription that is incredibly cheap. So I think it's a win-win all across the board. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this out on social media. Hit that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. I truly appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.